Okay, this is the review of the 2015 Nissan Micra. This vehicle is really only available in Canada. It's not available in the US. I think it's available in Mexico, and Ross told me it was made in Mexico. So yeah, this car looks, at least from the exterior, like a vehicle from the 1990s. Has 15-inch wheels, 5-speed manual that does 3,000 RPM on the highway, about 109 horsepower. Fuel economy is about 8.5 liters in the city, 6.5 on the highway. And on the highway, I believe it, with that 3,000 RPM, that engine is really buzzing. This car is in a unique situation where, because it's an entry-level $10,000 Canadian car, plus destination and taxes, it really has no competitors, and that's pretty good. Its only competitors are second-hand cars that are of the subcompact Yaris's and things like that. Overall, the car's appearance is not the end of the world. It has very small wheels and very cheap rubber, but I guess we can expect that from a car of this class. However, its hatchback design does give it the benefits. It is practical on the inside. You can look, the rear of the trunk is quite roomy for a car this size. Don't expect Honda Fit proportions. Walking into the back seat, you're going to notice ultra cheap doors, hard plastics everywhere, and a design language that is not unsimilar to that Nissan Juke that I reviewed a little while ago. I'm not saying it's better quality or it is cheaper, but I mean still. The rear seat is surprisingly roomy. This is the seat position behind myself, and I was very, very comfortable. So it can fit 4 people easy, 5 people in a pinch, so that's good. And you can also fold the seats down. Now, it doesn't fold down perfectly, but still it gives you that hatchback room, which is really handy. This is a functional car, right? When you're buying one of these cars, you're buying it for function, and it's good that it does its mission very well. Meanwhile, the ride is soft and very iffy. It doesn't feel good on the highway. It feels better in the city, and the engine smoothness is okay, I guess, for this kind of vehicle. In the front, going inside, you do have a place to put your water bottle. Everything is laid out very clearly, I have to say. This car has about a 3-second adjustment time before you know how everything works, which is wonderful. That center console looks like they got it off the old Versa, which is fine. It worked, the vents at least, and the radio. The steering wheel is cheap plastic, but that's to be expected, I mean. And of course, its strongest feature is the price. So noise, vibration, harshness too is surprisingly low. So we're gonna take a look at it on the road. Here are my remarks. So looking at this car, there's 2 things that comes to mind. One, for a less than $10,000 car, it feels like a $12,000 car easily. That's the good part. It's not good on the highway, but in the city, it's very good. However, the law of limited return says, and this is especially true in the world of cars, when you buy something that is $10,000 and then you pay $20,000, you're going to get a lot more. Then when you go from $20,000 to $40,000, you're going to get a bit less. Then when you go from $40,000 to $80,000, you're going to get much less. And you're going to go all the way up to the Ferrari 458 for $250,000. You can buy the LaFerrari for $1 million. And only a Formula One pilot will be able to tell the difference. So now we're back here with the Micra. And would you buy this car or maybe a second-hand Honda Civic? Or would you buy this car and a second-hand Mazda 3 perhaps? Or would you buy this car or a second-hand Honda Fit? It's hard to make that case. It's hard to make that case for the Nissan Micra. I mean, those other cars are just so much better. So, good value. Just, I don't know, there's something with the North America market that little cars like this are just not desired by the customer. They prefer to buy a second-hand Civic. And you know what? I don't blame them.